Well, hey folks, and welcome to Solarcabin channel. I've got an interesting video I hope you will enjoy. People know that I design off-grid cabins, but I don't know that people know that a lot of my cabins have already been built by customers. And this is just a few of the pictures here. This is my 14 by 14 A-frame design. This is a very popular cabin that has been built by several people. This one here is built by Scott Wandrow, and you can see he's done a really nice job on it. And these cabins here are very popular, especially in areas where you have high snow load because of the roof design. This one here is a version of my 14 by 14 cabin, which is the same cabin that I designed and built and live in myself. Now you can see that some of these are not completed yet. At the time they sent me the pictures, they were still in the process of building on them, but they sent me some pictures so I could get an idea of how they were coming along on their construction. This one here is built by Blake Miller, and is going to be used by his small family. Did a really nice job on it. This one here is the newest one. This is from Luke Fugate, and he has his own video series showing the construction of this. This is from my Penobscot cabin, and it has a dormer windows for more headroom in the loft, and it is a 12 by 20 foot cabin. And he's still in the process of completing this. Now, these are just three of the cabins that have been built, and there's a whole bunch of pictures on my website of cabins that have been built from my plans. Now, a little bit about me, and I'll take you over to my website and show you here and tell you a little bit about me. Now, this is my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com, off-grid cabins and tiny house designs and supplies. Now, I didn't just start designing houses. I actually went through a drafting program when I was in high school, probably the only class I actually attended all the time in high school, and really enjoyed that sort of work. And then I took an associate program in college and got a 2-year associate degree. A draftsman, an architectural draftsman, can basically do everything that an architect can do except sign it off as an architect, and we don't make near as much money. But I want you to know that I have a background in doing structural architecture and plans and programs, things like that. I also learned from my dad building cabins because we moved back to our own homestead. I built my own cabin, which is this cabin here, which some of you are familiar with. I built my cabin, which is a 14 by 14 cabin, with basic tools, designed it myself using graph paper, become very popular and has been built all over the place now. This cabin is built in many different countries. It's built up in Canada, it's built in Alaska, and there's even one over in Japan, and it's been built by a lot of people from my plans, and a very good solid cabin, and I've been living in mine now for over 20 years. And I use my drafting skills now as an off-gridder to teach people and show people how to build simple structures and safe housing without a lot, that doesn't require a lot of money, and whether they're used full-time for off-grid or they're used for a recreation cabin or they're used for a rental or something like that, they've become very popular and a lot of them have been built. So these are just, if you go to my website, you can see the different cabin plans, and each of my individual plans, they're only $5, folks. And some people think, well, if they're that cheap, they must not be very good. Actually, the reason I only charge $5 for a set of plans, I started designing back in 2008, 2010, around then, and the housing market crashed, and a lot of people were homeless, and off-grid living was very popular, and so I only charged $5 so that anybody could afford a set of plans. I also have given away a ton of plans, but I only charged $5 for a set of plans so that people who were struggling could afford a set of plans that were structurally safe. And I do my plans, they're all step by step, which I'll show you. I do all my plans step by step for people that have never built anything, okay, using basic tools, and pretty much they are do-it-yourself cabins that pretty much, a lot of these guys that I showed you the pictures of have never built anything before, but they were able to build a cabin from my plans. So that was the purpose of my reason for developing the website and my YouTube channel, was to help people that wanted to find affordable and good and safe plans. Now, this is my A-frame plans, and I'll click on these and show you what you can get in the plans if you order them. The A-frame is very popular and has been built by several people. This Walden cabin now, this is a fairly new one. I know that there are some people building this, in the process of building it right now. This is an 8 by 12 with an 8 by 8 addition, a really nice Walden style cabin. This is that Penobscot cabin that Luke Fugate built, also becoming a popular cabin because it has a dormer for more headroom, a little bit bigger. It's a 12 by 20 cabin. And I've also designed wombat micro camper plans. This is for a 5x8 trailer. This has been built by several people for the smaller trailers, for a teardrop trailer design. Really nice design. I have the cattail cabin, which is a barn style cabin. It has more headroom up above. This Red Hawk has been built by a few people. It is on a 5x8 trailer micro house that you can take with you. And there's some guys making videos right now that have my Red Hawk micro cabin in their video. And also have Thoreau cabin plans. If you want a very traditional, just a Thoreau cabin plans, you can get those on here. I've also done some funky designs. Here's a bike sport tow or push camper and a Coyote cottage. And on my website, you'll find this is my newest plans, the Big Tex tiny house. And it is a tiny house that can be built either on a trailer, like the Big Tex trailers, or it can be built on a foundation. This is an 8x14 built on a 7x14. It can also be extended to a 7x16 or 7x18 trailer, or built on a foundation. Really nice compact micro house designed to be low profile and low weight for towing with a standard truck. You can go watch the video on that and look at the plans for that one. I've also got the studio cabin plans. I know there are several people right now that are building these or told me they're building this one. This one has 3 different versions. It's a 10x10 cabin. Can either be built as a shed roof cabin, can be built as a stucco southwestern style cabin, or it can be built as a traditional cabin with a loft roof if you want, and with an addition on it if you want. And then on my website, because I am an off-gridder, been off-grid for 20 years now, I always include in all of my plans, I include basic off-grid setups. So I show you how to attach and connect your solar panels and what equipment I would use, because my cabin is designed to be used as a self-contained RV. My cabin, designed like a self-contained RV. It has a 12-volt water pump. It has a 12-volt tank. It uses LED lights. Everything is run off of a very small 400-watt solar panel system for off-gridders. And that's what I try to impress on people, is you don't need a great big solar system in order to be off-grid. My system that I use every day runs everything, my fridge, my lights, my water pump, my 2 different computers, and everything, all types of gadgets, is only 400 watts, okay? You don't need a big system. And now this shows my old system with my Harbor Freight panels on top, but I have since replaced those with a ground mount system, and you can go watch my videos for my 400-watt system. But on my website, you can get all kinds of information for off-grid living and off-grid systems to go with your cabin plans. And I include that information with the plans. My plans are generally anywhere from 30 to 35 pages long, step by step. Shows you everything right from the ground up, how to put it on your foundation, how to build all your framing, even talks about what tools you're going to need. And then I include a material list in most of the plans. Materials are expensive right now, folks, but in most cases, most of these cabins that I design can be built for under $5,000. Some of them can be built even cheaper for around $3,000. This one here, I think the basic Thoreau cabin, that could be built for under $3,000. This Walden cabin, that can be built for under $3,000. Some of these others, like the A-frames, the Penobscots, they're going to be closer to $5,000, maybe even a little bit more because of material costs. Okay, so let me click on a few of these, and I'll go show you what's involved in the plans if you want to get the plans for these. Okay, so now let's talk about some of these cabins and the plans that were used by these customers to build these cabins. Let's first go look at this A-frame, 14x14 A-frame. And on my website, it is, if you look at the top, you can see where's the A-frame cabin plans, or you can click on this sidebar over here, and it will take you to the A-frame cabin plans. Again, this is a 14x14. Now, I show this all in the plans, which are about 30 pages long. You get all the structural, step-by-step structural framing, and I also show you how this can be completed in it. All the plans all include how to do your roofing, how to do your framing, how to do your foundations, and I also give you ideas for interior designs and things like that. And you can see that, like, this is the one that was built by Scott Wandrow. Really nice cabin design. But this has also been built by other people. This is a more traditional style of that same A-frame cabin. Okay, and you can. I will also show you how to go and see some other designs of different cabins that have been built. They're all from the same plan. They're just different styles that the customers have used in finishing materials to do the same cabin. And all you need to do is just if you have a PayPal account or you don't, they accept any credit card. Click on the little orange PayPal button, and it's $5 for a full set of plans. And if you buy the plans this way, you get the SketchUp files of this one as well, so you can modify this design if you want to using SketchUp. And you can also get it as part of a package deal. If you want to order the package deal for $10, you get my 355-page ebook, and you also get the A-frame plans and a bunch of other cabin plans, which includes this one, but it does not include the SketchUp. For the $10, you get the plans, but not the SketchUp if you're not interested in doing your own design work. Okay, so let's go and look at some of these others. Here is the Penobscot, which has just been built by, is in the process of being built by Luke Fugate. This is the Penobscot cabin. Now that's this one. That's this one here. You can see the dormer framing on, and this is a 12 by 20. It's 12 feet wide by 20 foot long. And he's still in the process of completing this, but he has a video series that shows you his step-by-step as he was building it from my plans, okay? And really nice design cabin here, so let's go look at that again. That's this cabin here with a full dormer, 12 by 20 long, and with good headroom up here in the loft. And again, the plans are about 35 pages, somewhere in there, and designs include all of the different systems, your framing. Here's ideas for, it shows you your framing, but in the plans it actually gives you, I give you all of the dimensions in my plans, and I tell you what materials to use when you're building these. I show you how to put up all your framing and your sheathing, and I give you interior design ideas. This one has stairs going up to the loft, bathroom, kitchen area. He did his interior design different than the way I show it here, and that's just fine. They're all designed so that they can be modified to meet your own needs. Again, click on the PayPal button. It's only $5, or you can get it as a printed book. Most of my designs are available also as printed book if you want a printed book instead of an ebook design. Or you can get this one. This is included in the Ultimate Off-Grid Package deal. You get my 355-page ebook. You can get the plans for the Penobscot, the Cattail cabin, the A-frame cabin, stealth cabin, and micro portable market trailer plans. You get all of that for $10 if you want to just get the package deal, which is a really good deal. So that is the Penobscot cabin, which is a really popular one. The A-frame's also popular. And you can click on any of these to see. This is the Walden cabin. Here, this is an 8x12. Also includes the framing for the 8x8 edition. Good interior design on these cabins. And again, I include all the framing and everything that you need for $5 for like a 30 to 35 page ebook set of plans on these, and very popular. Here's the Wombat Micro Camper. This is the Wombat Micro Camper, and this has been built by several people. Really nice, good design. Designed for a 4x8 trailer. Since a lot of people are building 5x8, I went with a 4x8 design because there's still a lot of people that still have these smaller trailers out there. Again, $5 for your Wombat Micro Camper plans. You can get the entire plans for that. Very detailed, good set of plans. So what I'm telling you is you can go to my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com. Check out any of these designs for any of these plans, including my 14x14 cabin. And if you want to see the designs that have been built, click here where it says Client Cabins. Right here where it says Client Cabins, click on that. And I've got all kinds of, these are videos and pictures that customers have sent me that have built my cabins or used my off-grid solar systems. Like this one here is Daryl's cabin. Did a really nice job on it, and from my designs and ideas for off-grid systems. And this is, it's a little bit funky, but this is the Wombat Camper, and this one's built by Benny Peavy. And here's that A-frame by Scott Wandrow, and there's a lot more pictures on here, so you can see it in different views of it, and even the construction process in these pictures. If you go to the client cabins on my website, you can see how they design and build it to give you ideas for different ways you may want to modify it. This is the Blake Miller 14x14. Again, he was still working on this. It's in progress as he was doing it, and he sent me some nice pictures of how he was working and completing his construction. And here's another version of that A-frame. This one's built by Wade McKnight, 14x14 A-frame, showing the framing of how he built it. Looks just like the picture in my plans, okay? And, different materials and things that they may use, different ways that they set up their interior, different than mine. Here's Peter Coach. Now, I've got several of these that have built my 14 by 14 cabin. Okay, now as I said, my 14 by 14 cabin, which is this style of cabin here, it has been built by a lot of people. And this is just a few of the examples. This one is from Peter Coach, and it is the 14 by 14 style. And instead of leaving the front porch open, he enclosed the front porch, which is really nice. Gives you an enclosed area on the front, so he enclosed the porch. But the cabin is still my 14 by 14 cabin, and it looks like he built a small addition off the back. And those are ideas that I include in my book for how you can modify my 14 by 14 cabin plans. And this cabin has been built by a lot of people all over the world, and a lot in the United States. Here again is another one. This is the Raymond Smale off-grid cabin. Same design, okay? And framing. There's his outhouse. And we'll go down here. There's some more. There's some different pictures here. Here's another one. Okay, this one is built by Vince Martino. And still, again, my same basic design of my cabin. And showing his different versions of it. Some people have modified them. Maybe this one I think is a 16 by 16, but it's the same basic design, okay? And they sent me the program, the files and their modifications that they made. This is Bob in West Virginia off-grid cabin, and this was just a basic. He took my Thoreau model and just extended it out, made it longer, and used my Thoreau model for his cabin design, showing his off-grid solar panel systems. This one is from James Lackey. Same again, same basic design. Really nice interior work, showing the construction pictures and framing. This one is a different style here. This is a shed roof style. Now this one here, Jerry Brown and his friends built these. Now these are 14 by 14, exactly the same design as my cabin, and you can see them. And he built these on his property for family members, and basically they use them, I think, for recreation cabins, but also for in the event that they have something like a housing market crash again, and the family loses, some of their family or kids lose their houses. They have these 14 by 14 cabins on their property, so they have a place to come and live, or they use them for recreation. And they've got some really nice property with a lake or a pond right out in front of their property. So this is their recreation property where they use my 14 by 14 cabin, built right from my plans. Okay, same structural framing, and his crew of people that helped him build this, and showing the different ways that they did their interiors, modifications they made. This one is from Tina Petrie, again, 14 by 14. This one was built by her and her dad, and I don't have pictures of it finished, so that's what they've sent me, but it is my 14 by 14 in whatever stage they were doing. This one was built by Jesse McVeigh, and again, 14 by 14 cabin, all built from my plans. Good, he did really nice interior work on this one. This one is from Natasha, and her dad helped her build this one, and their own style. They put in their own window style and that, and it's up on piers. And, so these are all on my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com. And all you got to do is just click on the different plans that you want to order. And if you want to see them ahead of time, just click on Client Cabins, and you can go see any of these plans. Now, like I said, I always include the off-grid systems. And for some of these, I would recommend like the A-frame and the Penobscot and the cattail cabin. If you want those, go to my front page and get the package deal. That's this one here. Click on Off-Grid Package Deal. The Ultimate Off-Grid Package Deal, that includes my 355-page ebook with all of the different off-grid systems and information about off-grid living. It also includes the Penobscot cabin plans, the cattail cabin plans, the stealth cabin plans, the A-frame cabin plans, micro market trailer plans, and some other Vardo plans in there, all for $10, okay? And so instead of buying each individual plan, or if you're not exactly sure what style you want to build, get this package deal, Ultimate Offer Package Deal, for $10, or you can pick any of the new plans or plans that I have that I haven't put in a package deal yet. You can get for $5, like the Big Tex Tiny House, the Studio Cabins, or any of these other plans you can get for $5 on my website. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to kind of explain to you that these cabins that I've designed are not just designs. They've been built, and most of them have been built by people that didn't have a lot of construction experience. Some of them have never built anything before, they've told me. But they were able to build a cabin to live in full-time off-grid, or to use as a recreation cabin or a rental. So just go to my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com, and please do like and subscribe to my videos. And if you'll go to my homepage, you will see that I have over 150 videos on there that go through all of the different stages of my own construction of my cabin, and all the different systems for solar, water, septic. Everything that you need to know about off-grid living is on my YouTube channel. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day.